Hello, Steve White, Steve Arts 89. Well, we've had some good news, the first bit of good news for the year of 2022. Apparently, if you can believe the headlines, there has been a resolution in the Friday the 13th lawsuit between Sean S. Cunningham and Victor Miller. Now, I would have reported on this yesterday, but my psychotic neighbour was rampaging through the building, making noise, and the police were called multiple times. It was a mess, so I just read the article now because I can do the video now. It's not as clear-cut and optimistic as the headlines would let you believe. Basically, Larry Zerner, who played Shelley in Friday the 13th Part 3, is a real-life lawyer. He's been following the case and keeping fans up to date with it on Twitter. He posted on the 30th of December, "It's 4 p.m. and I still don't see a cert petition filed with the Supreme Court in the Friday the 13th case. What does it mean? Well, it means the case is officially over and Victor Miller owns the rights to his screenplay for Friday the 13th, but only in the US. Now he goes on to add, does this mean that the parties have settled and are close to settling and a new movie is forthcoming? Not necessarily. It could just mean that Sean S. Cunningham realised that a cert petition was a real long shot and he didn't want to waste his money." So yeah, it's not looking as optimistic as we were hoping. Because it's still quite complicated. If Sean S. Cunningham had gotten the rights to the original screenplay, he'd own all of Jason, all of Friday the 13th, the name, the character, the name of the series, everything. He could do whatever he wanted with the films. But now that Victor Miller has the original screenplay, the title Friday the 13th, he owns the title Friday the 13th in that context. So Sean S. Cunningham can't make a Friday the 13th film without his permission. I don't think he can use the character Jason without his permission, even though he owns the older hockey mask version of Jason. It's still the same character, so I'm not sure how that goes. Some people have said that he can make Jason films with the adult Jason, but not use Friday the 13th. But then I heard that actually, because I've read a couple of things, I heard he actually needs permission to use Jason. So that's a huge mess. And although Sean S. Cunningham owns Jason character, it's not the adult hockey mask Jason character, it's the child that drowned and came back in a nightmare, and the original title and the original characters from the film are all dead. Literally, they're all dead. They killed the survivor in the second film, so not even the survivor from the first film could come back and do a sort of, confronting Jason 20 years later sort of film, nothing like that. So what does this mean for the future, for the franchise, for another film, for a Friday the 13th film? Well, unless these girls can sit down and work out their differences and, play well together, it's not going to happen. Who's going to give Sean S. Cunningham a bunch of money to make a Friday the 13th film without Jason, or with like a child Jason, or, only in the US? That's the main issue. You can't distribute the film outside of the US. He only has the rights in the US to use it. Now, who has the rights outside of the US? I just realised I don't know. Does that mean Sean S. Cunningham has the rights for Jason in the first film outside of the US, so he can distribute a film internationally, just not in America? I actually just realised I don't know that, and no one has explained that. So, yeah, as you can see, it's very messy. I can't even work it out, let alone someone actually working it out legally, where money is it's one thing to have an opinion and sort of work out how something would work, but it's different when you're dealing with royalties and paying people and legalities. So it's a bit of a mess. So it's not as optimistic as you thought. I saw those headlines. I thought, oh, great, I'll do a video on that. That'll be great to report that we're actually going to get a Friday the 13th film now because they've sorted out the differences. Now, all that being said, though, they could actually be sitting down and talking. They could have actually realised, okay, we've fought it out in the courts. This is where we're at. There's no point hating each other and fighting because we've both got this property we sort of share now. You tried to steal it from me, Sean, but, I've still got my piece of it, so we have to work together. Maybe that's what's happening, because these men are not stupid. But then again, people can hold grudges, bitterness. Maybe Sean is just going to sit back and go, I don't need to make another Friday film. Sean does, I don't. I'll just make sure I obstruct the whole thing just because I can. It might go that way. You never know. So we don't know what's going to happen, but I'm sure Larry will let us know what's happening. It's frustrating. I want to see a Friday the 13th film. I don't know if I want like a Tommy Jarvis coming back and defeating Jason a la Halloween H2O, H4O, the new Halloween films, that sort of thing, or have the girls who all survived come back and like some sort of group going against Jason, some sort of some sort of bigger than just a couple of camp councils? Or do we want to see them go back to the beginning and do it from scratch, but do it in today and then have that continue on as a series? Do we want to see just an updated, slightly rebooted version continuing on from the original series? Or can we just have the 13th film carrying on after, forgetting Jason X? Because if you don't pay too much attention to that film, you can assume Jason is still on Earth causing trouble and goes to the moon, way in the future. You can kind of get away with that. I don't know what they're going to do. But I'm going to go because I'm tired. I have a headache. It's very hot. It has been hot in the last few days in Australia. And the drama with the neighbours was exhausting. So I'm spent. I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. What do you think is going to happen with this? Is there any hope? Or will it be a long time? I don't know. I just want to see Jason back on the big screen. I've only ever seen the remake on the big screen. None of the others. Thanks.